Hello everyone, welcome back to Wednesday Fitness. Today I'm going to share with you my favorite high intensity workout that's going to increase speed and shave off time on your runs. And it's been a while since I've done this, but in the past when I was an avid runner, I would do this often. And all you need is a treadmill. Now, if you have a gym membership, this is perfect. If you don't have a treadmill access, I highly suggest maybe you cozy up with somebody that you know who might have a treadmill and be like, hey, could I borrow it? Or could I use it? Or just get yourself a membership. But with that said, one of the things that you can do on a treadmill is do interval training on there. And instead of just like running on it for, 3 miles or doing it for however long you run to challenge yourself, the best thing to do is increase your intensity on the treadmill and then taper that off with rest. Okay, so here's what I mean. You could do it in a few different ways. The first one I'm going to share is how many times you would do this type of interval training. So you can start off with, say, if this is your first time and maybe you're a beginner, I would start off maybe with 15 seconds to start off with, because if you are not conditioned for it, I wouldn't get to a point any higher than that for right now. So do 15 seconds and do 2 minutes of rest. Meaning like you're not standing still, but you're just kind of walking, maybe at a 2.5, intensity level. Sometimes depending on what type of treadmill you're using, they have different, labels on there. It's like speed, generally speed, or they might label it as intensity. And then they have incline. So incline, you could, if you know that you're going to be going up and down terrain, you might want to increase that. Or if you know you're going to do a training session that might end up being on a hill and you're training for it, then you can do an incline. But I find that most of the 5Ks I've ran tend to be flat. I have done some that were kind of like hilly, so it's good to kind of moderate where you are. And apologize for the sidetrack, but getting back to my point, it's like 15 seconds with that 2-minute rest. Now, once you find yourself to be much more, I would say advanced, but probably in the moderate level in terms of running, then I'll do a full like 30 seconds at a speed that is comfortable for you. You are running with as much intensity for 30 seconds for as long as you can do that. And then once you do 30 seconds, then rest for, a minute and a half. If you find that you're pretty conditioned, that would make you into like the athlete status. If like you're really running, marathons, or you're just wanting to challenge yourself, or you really just want to get a really great workout, then maybe jump it to, 40 seconds, or you can maintain that 30 seconds and then drop your rest time to maybe a minute or even 30 seconds, okay? So this is something that you're gonna have to figure out what works for your body, what works for your lung capacity to handle, and what your heart can handle, okay? So please make sure you are being wise with this information. As a personal trainer, generally I will watch my clients and I'm standing right there to be like, okay, between a 1 and 10, how difficult is this for you? So usually the difficulty level that you should be reaching, if you are like speeding at 30 seconds and you are doing this, you should be at about 8, 9. If you find that you've done only one set of those and you're like, okay, that was my first set, and you're in your rest and you're like, okay, I can do another one, great. My thing is, if you're just beginning, do 3 sets of these. Maybe, like I said, start with the beginning one where it's just 15 seconds and a 2-minute rest. You need to allow for your muscles to recover, which is why the rest time is a little bit longer. But once your body adapts and it gets stronger, your recovery time might actually speed up and you can maintain it longer, which is fantastic. And this is how you shave off that time, because obviously with running, it just builds endurance, right? And the other thing is, you can actually do multiple sets of these. So usually beginners, I would say do 3 sets and then move it up to 5 or 7 if you're in the moderate level. If you are an athlete, you can do up to 10 or 12. And this is really going to kick off strengthening the heart, serious cardiovascular workout, but definitely a great challenge of helping maintain that strength and building up your endurance as well. So I hope that helps, and I hope that this encourages you that there is definitely some really great ways to help strengthen your body if you have been like wanting to do it as a runner. And I hope that these videos have been informative, and if they have been, please like and subscribe and feel free to follow more. I'm definitely going to be covering a couple of recipes soon, and also covering some more on fitness and health. But keep in touch and feel free to push that like and subscribe button. It really does help my channel, but also I do love connecting with people. And for those of you that know me as a personal trainer, it has been a busy few weeks. So also apologize if I don't always get some of my videos up. I appreciate you guys. And for those of you that have supported me through this journey, thank you. And with that said, may you live, thrive, and be healthy. Take care, guys. Bye.